Welcome to another episode of Tax Sale Starters, where we bring you the latest tips and insights on tax deed and tax lien investing. Stay tuned. We have great information for you this week. Or some of the things that you've experienced. Tell us about another scenario that is not common for a newbie, or maybe they've been around for 5 years and you still haven't seen it.
Well, I guess it's kind of hovers around IRS liens, right? And because depending on who you talk to, some say it's a myth. IRS liens aren't superior. Others will say yes, it is. It's true. Really, what it boils down to is typically almost in almost every state, IRS liens are always superior,
Right.
And they stick. Now, really, what it boils down to is, depending on the value of the home, is it worth the IRS enforcing it? I think by fitness is where you get into legalese, where a state statute might say something and a federal law says something different, and they don't jive. And so, which one has priority? Well, that comes down to a lawsuit, right? But in general, typically the IRS lien always has superiority, and they always have the right of trying to enforce that for, I think it's 120 days following the auction. And so if you come across a property that has an IRS lien, really what you're gauging in from the investor's perspective is that lien on this property, is this property going to be worth enough to where the IRS decides, hey, I want to enforce this? So I guess as an example, right, a $5,000 IRS lien on a $20,000 home, you probably can bet IRS is not going to do anything about that, right? Vice versa, if you have a $500,000 IRS lien on a $3 million home, you can bet the IRS is going to say it's worth our effort to try and collect on that particular one.
Right.
And so you got to, and where that happy medium is, I can't tell you, right? But there's certainly a threshold there that the IRS uses to say this one's worth pursuing and this one is not. I guess attorneys always recommend waiting the 120 days, right, before you do anything, simply because after that 120-day notice that they really have no rights at that point. Check with your local attorney to make sure that holds, right?
Right.
But this is in most states. But that's another one that is, I think, it doesn't. I'd say in general, real estate you don't see it really ever. Somehow in tax default real estate, especially the higher end properties in tax default real estate, you see it more often than not.
Right. And I love that. So let's leading. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Tax Sale Starters. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you can keep up with the latest tips and insights in tax sale and tax lien investing. Also, check out Tax Sale Resources, where you can get the latest insights on upcoming liens and all that great information to help you be a better investor. Until next time, happy investing.